Copyright 2014, Math Diagnostics and Intervention, all rights reserved. We're going to learn how to simplify integer square roots. We're going to learn how to simplify numbers like the square root of 12. In order to simplify the square root of 12, what we are going to do is we are going to prime factor 12. So we prime factor 12. 12 is even, so that's divisible by 2, which gets us 6. 6 is also even, so it will be divisible by 2. And 3 is prime, so it's only divisible by itself. So our prime factorization for 12 is 2 times 2 times 3. And now what we're looking for is we are looking for pairs of prime factors that we can take out of our radical. And we take out one of each pair. So I have a pair of 2's here, so I'm going to take out one of those 2's. And then what doesn't get taken out, what didn't get taken out, this 3 here, what doesn't pair up ends up staying underneath the radical. So the square root of 12 simplifies to 2 times the square root of 3. Now, we can simplify more complicated radicals, such as the square root of 56. 56 prime factors as, well, 56 is even, so it will prime factor with a 2, which leaves us 28. 28 prime factors as a 2, because it's also even, leaves me 14. 14 is even, so again, another 2, leaves us 7. 7 is prime, so it is factorable only by itself and 1. So my prime factorization for 56 is 2, 2, 2, and 7. 2 times 2 times 2 times 7. Now I'm looking for pairs, and I have one pair. I have two 2's that come out of the radical. And then I have two numbers that did not pair up. I have the 7, and I have one more 2. That 2 didn't pair up, so we are left with the square root of 2 times 7 underneath the radical, and then that simplifies as 2 times the square root of 14. Now we can also do even more complicated numbers, something like the square root of 1,260. Big scary number, but if we just prime factor it, we should be okay and see what happens with our pairs. So I've got 1,260, which is even, divisible by 2, leaves me 630, which is divisible by 2, which leaves me 315. Well, let's see, that's not going to be divisible by 2, so let's see, that's going to be divisible by 5. 5 leaves us 63. 63 is divisible by 3, which leaves us 21. 21 is divisible by 3, which leaves us 7. 7 is prime, factorable only by 1 in itself. So what pairs up here? I have a pair of 2's. I have a pair of 3's. Those will come outside of my radical. So I have 2 times 3 outside the radical. And inside the radical, I have the two numbers that did not pair up, the 5 and the 7. So 5 times 7 stays underneath the radical. So that gets us 6 times the square root of 35. So to review, when we're simplifying square roots of integer numbers, what we do is we prime factor the integer, and then we look for pairs of prime factors. I have a pair of 2's in this case, a pair of 3's in this case. Those came outside of my radical, 2 times 3 being 6. And I look for the numbers that did not pair, in this case 5 and 7. Those stayed underneath the radical, and that gets us 35. If you simplify your radicals this way, you should have very little difficulty with this. Good luck.